didn't catch episode 1, we worked on empowering the follower, so make sure you check that out when you get a chance. This episode, we are working on empowering the leader and exposing the partnership to all of the possibilities that could arise, which allows us to really tap into improvisation and creativity. I'm Tina, this is Arjun. We're here with the game of Argentine Tango, and today we are taking a look at the Matrix and how that can really expand the things that are available to us as a couple.
The Matrix?
The Matrix.
That sounds so woo-woo. What the heck are we talking about? The Matrix is the idea that we have 3 choices for moving with respect to our partner. And our partner has the same 3 choices, so we have a 3x3 array, a matrix. Let's see what we're talking about. Let's suppose that you are my partner, and this is my heavy leg. So with this leg, how can I step with respect to you? Well, we might be walking forward, you walking backward, or I'm walking backward, you're coming to me, or I step around you, or we both go to the side. All of this, almost 180 degrees, we have available to us as an open step. Alternatively, I can step across and in front of, we call this a front crossing step, an abbreviated F for short, where my free leg crosses in front of the heavy leg. Then, matching with that, I have the choice of sending my light leg behind the heavy leg, again, around and towards my partner. We call this a back crossing step and abbreviate that B.
So basically, depending on where the free leg is moving, it is either going to be an open step if it is staying on the same side as it started, or it is going to be front crossing or back crossing. As long as you can memorize those 3 steps, we have a plethora of options that now become available to us.
Let's see how it works with a partner, and if you don't have a partner in your place, you can do this with a floor lamp, say, or a broom or a chair. Just experiment with stepping around. And with a partner, we have the nice ability to actually move together, and we'll be exploring what that means too.
Yes.
And we can step an open step around our partner, back crossing step, front crossing step, and then of course they also have those same options. And that was a mistake.
Well, don't tell them that. They don't know.
So that's the matrix. Now, let's see what we can do with that and those possibilities that we alluded to of moving with our partner. Hey, can we also move without our partner? Still with our partner, but in a different way.
But without our partner. So let's say that we are exploring the open step. As a partnership, like Arjun said, we can together both do an open step in lots of different directions, right? As long as we are not crossing the plane of the heavy leg, all of that is open steps. But like Arjun said, Arjun might decide that he wants to stay in place and just leave me to take an open step, maybe around him. This is a great movement for getting into all of our cross-system possibilities, because while he is not changing weight, he, through his upper body, is leading me to go ahead and take that open step.
And we have those same arc of movement possibilities with the crossing steps. So a back crossing step can have all of these possibilities.
Yes.
And similarly, the front crossing step can have a wide array of movement.
So the first thing that we would like you to do if you are working with a partner is begin to explore, because if you notice, a few of those really extreme front crossing and back crossing steps were not exactly comfortable for us to create where we were.
Nice.
That's the important part, right? So just starting to recognize, okay, is my range of possibilities that is comfortable if I do not move. Here's the extremes of that range that would require a little bit of adjustment on my end as either the leader or the follower to make that more comfortable. And we're gonna get to those little adjustments first, but first we're gonna deal with the more natural movements and how we can use this to open up creativity.
And that leads us to considerations. If I move a certain way, does my partner have to move the same way? No.
No!
No, we very often do move in the same way where we're very connected, but we can also move in opposition. I can invite my partner to take an open step while I do a front crossing step.
Notice that that's set up for a lovely staccato. So a lot of the movements in Argentine Tango can look very intricate and very mysterious. But if you know that all of these movements boil down to one of three movements, you can begin to analyze what it is that you're seeing, and then it helps you to also recreate that in your own practice and kind of demystify some of the more intricate movements, such as the staccato.
That's an excellent point. In the game of tango, we have a system for recording these moves. So when you see a video, you can analyze it, and it's a very succinct way to record a move to save it. Oh, one other difference. So we talked about us taking a different move here. We can also be on different feet. So if Tina is moving on the light leg closer to the camera, I could be moving with the one further, and here we're both doing an open step.
Because if you look really closely, if we take that position again, I have not crossed the plane of my original heavy foot, neither has Argent. So while this looks like we are, kind of winding around each other and very intertwined, it's really just an open step taken in different angle variations.
Right. One way to check is if in a particular position, if I'm turned towards my partner, are our legs twisted at all? And in a crossing step, if I turn towards my partner, my legs get more tightly twisted, whether it's a front or a back crossing step.
So how do we now use this information to actually get into more creative and more improvisational patterns? Well, one is just being aware that these opportunities exist, right? If we get locked into patterns and we execute that pattern every single time the same way, that's one way of doing it. Very predictable, but it also, like I said, locks you in. Once you begin that movement, you're kind of tied to that movement. But if you recognize that at any moment in time, on any step, you have three options. What are these options, Arjun?
Open, front crossing, back crossing, OFB.
That's it, that's it. And this is something that you can begin to do in your practice. Take, for instance, something as simple as the 8-count basic. We all get taught the 8-count basic, hopefully, and many, many times, and that's usually the basis at which a lot of teachers like to lay the foundation of this dance on. But if we take a look at our 8-count basic and recognize that at any point in time, we have the opportunity to abandon what we were doing in the 8-count basic and change up to an O, F, or B step. So, take for instance, within our basic.
Let's go to the point of step number 3, where, what is this configuration? Tina is in a back crossing and I'm in a front crossing position. Our ordinary continuation for the basic would be 2 open steps. But look at this. I could invite Tina to take an open step around me. Notice, I don't have to move.
Nice.
One partner can move and the other not. I can, by simply shifting my weight forward, invite Tina to take a back crossing step. That's an open step.
So by realizing that if we tap into the options that are available to us, now we start getting exposed to, here are all of the different things that we as a partnership can do off of this one position that we find ourselves in a lot. Outside partner, walking.
Right, and it's not simply those three options. We've also begun to explore other ideas, like one partner moving and the other not moving. We can also move in the same direction or different directions. That's often done for the cicadas.
And not only can you move in opposite directions, but like we mentioned before, you can also have one partner staying still and the other partner moving. So say if Arjun wanted to explore his options off of step 3 right here and leave me in place, he now has many options that he can do. He can swing around for that and take me right off. He can just open into an open step while leaving me where I am. He can also come pivot for a forward crossing step while also leaving me where I am. So this is the beauty of Argentine Tango. It is unique in a partner dance where we have now these options of at any point in time, you stop moving, but I continue moving. I stop moving, but you continue moving. We move together, we move in opposition. We have many options available to us. And this is what is very unique to this dance that other partner dances do not necessarily include.
And it's why we feel it's so useful to explore this idea of the matrix. How we each have those three choices, plus all these other choices. The angle at which we move, who moves when, are we on the same side foot or not?
So this is going to take a little bit of time with you and your practice partner to really start diving into what are all these different opportunities that we have. One last thing also that we'd like you to keep in mind, while you have at any point in time the chance to change your direction with your OFB, depending on who is doing that, but don't forget that we also can do a simple weight change together or just one of us to create a new foot to play with. We can also include a pivot to get us set up a little bit more nicely for the next direction that is coming.